Growing up, I told people, no, I don't like BMW. I love E30. That's what I love. I'm not into the rest of the BMW fleet. I'm into the E30. But with time, I ended up appreciating other generations that came within the 3 Series lineup.
What's up? Welcome to the first episode of Pacific Breeze ìgush. My name is Gary. I will be your host. And right here, I have Big Richie. Big Richie, can you just give a basic introduction of yourself?
All right, my name is Richard, also known as Big Richie. I am the co-founder of Motorhub Zimbabwe. So it's quite a pleasure to be here with you today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so for context, Big Richie is a spinner, is a Zimbabwean spinner. He is the founder of Motorhub, but I also shouldn't speak on his part. I would also want him to basically just, take us through his journey from how he started, how he fell in love with the E30, why he chose spinning, and, a little bit more about the culture. So, yeah.
Right, so Motorhub is a company that focuses on car enhancements, car mods, and car customization. What we do is we make cars sound the best, perform the best, and look the best. At the end of the day, what we just define ourselves as a company that makes the driving experience better.
Okay, so Big Richie. Okay, what would you say is the first car that you ever customized? Was it a client's car? Was it a personal project?
Well, to be frank with you, it was more or less my mother's car, as funny as it might sound. So growing up as a youngster, you'd get scenarios where your mom has that one car that maybe by the family, anyone can just use it. So eventually I started doing things to the car. For instance, I'd put a subwoofer in the G. I just make sure that when she is about to use it, the thing is not connected. Okay. When I'm using it, the thing is connected. All right, so it'll be more of like, I started focusing on cosmetic enhancements. For example, I'd put some daytime running lights on there, I'd put some interior mood lights inside, just to make the car look nice. And some of the stuff my mother would actually appreciate, oh, this looks nice, this looks nice. And then with time, I'd get one or two of my friends saying, dude, you did this. Can you also do this to my car? And then later on, I realized I can actually make something of this. And then that's how, in a nutshell, Motorhub started.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I like that. Okay, so let's say bias aside. I know you own a BMW E30.
Yes, indeed.
BMW, let's say you take all the BMW cars.
All right.
Which car would you say is your personal favorite?
The E30, man. That's a no-brainer. The E30 over every BMW.
Okay, why not the E21?
As funny as it might sound, I started actually liking the whole term of BMW later on after the E30. Growing up, I told people, no, I don't like BMW. I love E30. That's what I love. I'm not into the rest of the BMW fleet. I'm into the E30. But with time, I ended up appreciating other generations that came within the 3 Series lineup. So as time grew and we moved up, I started appreciating the modern BMWs as well. But above all, I'd still pick an E30 over your BMW. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Okay, but also another question in relation to that, because this is also something that I've noticed as someone who observes the car culture in Zimbabwe and the spinning culture in Zimbabwe. Why would you say that specifically Southern Africa focuses on the BMW E30 for spinning? Why did they choose that car?
All right. Well, there are actually two things involved on how they got to actually start using their car. Initially, the BMW was used in South Africa more or less with the gangsters that side. So they would spin as a form of respecting maybe a gangster that passed away.
Yeah, paying homage.
Exactly. And then it got to a point where people would just do it at random now, and people started doing it as a sport. Now, the reason why most people would choose that E30 body over any E36, E46 body is that body is light. That's one. The second thing is you can literally put any engine in there, be it a V8, be it a 2JZ, even the M50 from the modern E36, the model that's after the E30.
Yeah.
You can still slot it into the E30 and you'll be good. You'll be good because the body is light.
Yeah,
and it can literally take a lot of punishment.
Yeah, I think in Zimbabwe we have a 1UZ swabbed E30.
Yeah.
Then we also have a B58 swabbed E30 that's being currently made. Okay.
Right.
So, all right, okay, that's a pretty interesting perspective from what you have said.
Mm-hmm.
But would you say you're excited about the spinning competition that's coming? And you know, do you expect you to make an appearance there?
Honestly speaking, I'd wanna actually say I'm excited and nervous all at the same time. We're looking forward to actually pitch up and make an appearance there. The part that really makes it all, that part that really makes me nervous is the part where you have to make sure when you're performing, it has to be breathtaking, it has to be exciting. Okay. You have to make sure the crowd is enjoying what you're doing.
People love what
and you should also enjoy what you're doing at the same time.
All right.
Yes. So generally, kunagidza munhu zvinhu zvisiri easy. Yeah. So it all comes down to that.
Okay, that I get. Okay, I have one more question, and this is weird because I should have actually started with this. But
okay, that's okay.
Okay, how did you go about your journey becoming a car spinner? Like, what was the procedure and the process like for you?
All right, that's a good question. All right, so initially, growing up, I've always wanted to just get a moment where I understand, I feel how the car is handling from inside. Like, for instance, you'd see videos. You'd go to the burnouts there, you'd see cars perform, you'd see those big cats, Ice Motors, Fat Cat, and the rest of the guys that spin. And then to me, it would be like, initially, I just want to see, right?
You just want to.
I just want to see. And then it got to a point where I'd say, no, yes, seeing is exciting, but how does it feel like handling the car? How does it feel like hitting a 360 or hitting a kitchen? How does it feel like? So I got to a point where I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to also get the feeling. And then I got an opportunity to be inside one car. And then instantly I told myself, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm going to build myself a spin bin. Good. And by the time I remember, I was still working on my first E30. Or driving it, yes, it's also a fun car to drive. But then when it comes to spinning, the experience is totally different.
Spinning doesn't.
It's totally different.
Okay. I understand. Okay, so I know that you have two E30s. Obviously, there's the spinning car. Then there's your own personal side project. What would you say is the end goal for, like, you know, both cars? Because I know that a daily driver at the end of the day has a different end goal compared to a project car. I know they're both project cars, but, you know, obviously you want the spinner to be able to drive differently from the daily car. What would you say are your goals for either of the cars?
All right, so in terms of the daily, the one I use to drive, move around every day, the main thing we're looking for is reliability. We want the car to be reliable. You want it to take it to the deal, do the deal, maybe do a job, come back proper, no problems. Of which that's something hard to get off of these classic 1992, 1890 something old model cars. It's quite difficult to get that. But then with time, as you swap out the old parts, put in the new parts, the thing actually becomes reliable. You actually get to trust it. So that's actually one of the main goals. So currently I've been running a 2-liter M20B20 engine. When I started driving, it was fun. I don't want to lie, it was fun. I'd enjoy. I talked to one of my old boys who actually got me into part of the fixing, getting the engine done part of the whole side of a BMW. His name is Mikey. He's now in the States. Okay. But then he told me, listen, you're going to drive this car for some time. And then the 2-liter is going to be everything. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to fall in love with it. And then someone is going to tell you, the 2.5 liter is better or the 2.8 liter is better. But then if you're in this state, you're going to be satisfied. And then it will get to a point where you now feel like, okay, I've been driving this 2-liter for some time. It's fun. It's exciting. And then one of your Chinese comes through with a 2.5 liter M20 or a stroker motor 2.9 liter. You drive that car, you won't like your car anymore. Okay. At the end of it all, you now want more of the power. So currently we took out the 2-liter motor. We did a rebore, bore 84. We're putting it to a 2.5 liter now. Bigger injectors, more of like bigger everything. Bigger pistons, bigger injectors, different crankshaft, different crown roads. Oh. Yeah. So with time, you get to a point where enough is not enough.
Okay, so you're just making it up as you go along.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, I like that. Okay, so what should we expect from Motor Hub at the upcoming show?
No, okay. Well, all right, so it's more or less of a surprise. But then how we handle things at the moment is we take a moment as it comes. So the thing that might happen, I might not even plan for it right now, but when we're in the moment, that's where the magic happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see you at the show.